Welcome back to my channel. For those of y'all who are new, welcome. My name is Han, and if you aren't already subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. But if you are subscribed, thank you, I appreciate it. Welcome back. So before I start, what do you guys think about this new haircut? It's like I cut it super short, and this is what it looks like when it's curly. What do y'all think? Leave it down in the comment section if y'all vibe with it or if y'all don't vibe with it. But anyways, okay, so let's get back on track, because you know I get sidetracked very easily. So today's video is going to be my skincare advice for like a dewy, glowy, hydrating skin. And this is what I've realized that has been working for me, and I wanted to share it to you all because I think it's like really good, kind of like fundamental advice and whatnot. So yeah, so let's get right into it. And this is, I feel like, is really good for those who are getting into skincare, and for those who are already into the skincare world but are just like, why isn't my routine working? What is going on? So you can kind of take with what works for you all, or you know, and share it. All right. So first and foremost, always remember that less is best. Less is best. And it took me a while to realize that less is best, because you know, especially when you're just getting into skincare and you are coming across all these products and you want to try them all and you get super excited, because I know I get super excited. I'm like, I'm gonna put this all on my face, you know. But no, you know, just take that excitement day by day, little by little. Leave that excitement with each product at a time, you know. Otherwise your skin will just look a mess. Will look crazy, and you wondering why you're breaking out, why you're having textured skin and this and that. And disclaimer, I'm not an esthetician. It's just I've realized this is what works for me. So yeah, so again, always remember less is best, and keep your skincare routine simple. Don't try to do the most. I remember when I first started off, I was so excited, so I was just out here trying to do like the most, and sometimes the most may work for a certain skincare type. So just kind of know your skincare, and sometimes it's trial and error. Like for me, it was kind of trial and error, and I realized when I try to do the most with my skin, it just goes crazy. So I have to remember, I have to keep it super simple, and just less is best, and keep it simple for my skincare. I mean, for my skin alone. For some people, they can do the most with it, and that's what works for them. And for some people, less is what works for them. So you just kind of have to figure out what works for your skin and your skin type. And again, it's kind of all trial and error. You don't know until you try it, and then you're like, oh nope, that's just too much, that's not working for my skin. So yeah, so keep your skincare routine nighttime, morning time. It kind of applies for both morning and nighttime skincare routine. I know for me in the morning, I just keep it super simple. I go with just, depending on what I'm doing that night, I kind of just like maybe like either cleanse my face if I'm slugging, then I'll cleanse it in the morning to kind of get rid of the oil, like the oil feel. Or if I'm not slugging that night and I just like do my regular skincare routine and then with the moisturizer, then I'll just rinse my face, and then I'll do a toner, and then like some sort of serum. Most likely it's like a vitamin C. Highly recommend vitamin C for the morning. And then I do a moisturizer and sunscreen, and that's it. At nighttime, I kind of do something similar as well. I double cleanse, and then I will like tone, and then I'll use a serum, and then I'll use a moisturizer, and that's pretty much it if I'm not slugging. But if I'm slugging, then I'll do like after my moisturizer, I'll do a like Aquaphor or some sort of Vaseline over it. And then yeah, so that's why less is best. Keep it simple, and then that way your skin knows what's being put on, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. So yeah, so you all just figure out what skincare routine you want to kind of create or build for your like your morning routine or your nighttime routine, and just kind of stick with it and see how that goes. So if you're starting into the skincare world, just keep it really simple first and then see how that's reacting to your skin, and then if it's reacting really well, then you can, if you want to, you can build on it, or again just keep it as is. But when you're just starting off, like I said, mention again, just start off with cleansing serum and then moisturizer. That's the basic routine you need. And then again, you can add toner, add essence, add oil if you want to, but just keep it super simple at first, you know. Sorry I'm repeating myself, it's just, that's just so important, you know. And then following with that, make sure you cleanse your face thoroughly so you have a cleansed base before applying the rest of your skincare products. Your skincare products cannot work its magic if the base is not clean. And I don't know if you've seen in my previous videos, I've always mentioned, when you cleanse your face, make sure you cleanse it really thoroughly and really well, because otherwise, like, how is the product that you're applying on afterwards gonna work its magic if your base is not really you know, it's not really clean? It's like you want to have that clean canvas, you know what I mean? And it's not gonna work its the product is not gonna work its magic if the base is still dirty, it's still oily, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, it's really important to make sure you cleanse it very thoroughly. Like I mentioned before, I like to double cleanse, and some people may think, why I need to double cleanse if all I'm wearing is like sunscreen and I'm not wearing makeup? There's no point in double cleansing. But it's still important to double cleanse even if you are wearing just only sunscreen, because imagine like you're wearing sunscreen all day, like debris from the air, pollution, and like just particles and dust that gets onto your skin. You know, you want to get rid of all that, you want to clean all that out before you apply any of your skincare products. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I still highly recommend you double cleanse when you are still wearing just sunscreen at home. You know what I mean? So yeah, and if you're lazy, like utmost lazy, then you can skip the oil-based cleanser and just go into your regular cleanser and just cleanse your face if you are like super lazy. I know we all have those moments where we're so lazy we don't feel like doing our whole skincare routine, you know. Then at least, if you're not gonna double cleanse that night, at least just cleanse your face with your choice of cleanser. Like, that's the least you can do, right? But I know it's easier said than done. So make sure you cleanse really well. Find out what cleanser you like, balm, cleansing oil, oil-based cleanser you like, and then on top of that, figure out what cleanser you like, whether it's a gel cleanser, a foam cleanser, whatever it is that works for your skin. So yeah. So it's so important, so important is cleansing your face so it can have a good base, a good canvas for the rest of your product to be used on top of it, and for it to be effective. Like, oh my god, it's so important. And my best, another advice I will go with cleansing is use a good, like, find a good like cleansing tool that you would want to use. Like for me, I like using the Foreo cleanser tool, majiggy, you know. I like using it every time I cleanse my skin because I realize it kind of gets deep in and it's just so amazing. It's different. I feel like using a cleansing tool is different than when you use your own hands and like wiping your face or cleansing your face. You know, a cleansing tool just kind of gets into it and you're like massaging into your skin. So highly recommend using a cleansing tool. Like, I recommend that to my friends if they've noticed a huge difference, and it really is just magical when you use a cleansing tool versus just using your own bare hands. You know, I know sometimes we use our hand because we don't have the cleansing tool, or we're just so lazy to use our cleansing tool, but honestly, if you can, use a cleansing tool. And there's some that's like really is made for like sensitive skin. I know the Foreo is really good for sensitive skin, and that's what I have and use, and I absolutely vouch for it. It's a holy grail. I absolutely love it. I would always recommend it to like everyone, because once I incorporate like a cleansing tool into my routine, I realize it just makes such a huge difference when I cleanse my face, and the way my skin looked after it's cleansed is just amazing. And I also notice the difference when I don't use it and I just use my hand, because obviously lazy reasons because you're just lazy, or maybe you don't have it at the time, or whatever the case may be. But I do notice a huge difference when I don't use a cleansing tool versus when I do use it. So highly recommend that. And yeah, I wrote down a list because I just want to make sure I go through it all, otherwise I'll just forget it and just don't remember it, and I don't, like, oh my god, I forgot about it, you know. So a clean base is so important. I can't stress enough how important it is to have a clean canvas, a clean face after you're cleansing it. So cleansing is so important. So anytime whoever, like, someone tell me, oh yeah, I don't cleanse my face, I'm looking at them like this is always my expression. I can't help it, because I'm just like, wait, what? You don't cleanse your face after a whole day of work and after a whole day of just walking around and you're sweating, a whole day of just being out in the air and dust and everything? Just, wait, what? You know, I'm not judging, but I'm like, wait, what? You need to start cleansing. Like, start cleansing. That's, oh my god, I can't even like advise how important it is to just start cleansing, y'all. Start cleansing. So if y'all got friends, family, strangers, whoever that come up to you, I'm like, yeah, you know, how do I start like a skincare routine? What do you recommend? Cleansing. And another recommendation is, please remember to wear sunscreen. Sunscreen is another highly recommended product to use every morning, whether if you're just indoors and you don't think you're being exposed to the sun. But please remember to wear sunscreen. Like, oh my god, I can't even stress enough sunscreen. Like, there's some sunscreen that's already included in a moisturizer, and that's all you need to do if you just want to keep it super simple, super minimal, and you don't, like, you know, like, you just don't want to create the whole skincare routine. Oh, excuse me. Like, please just find whatever product that has sunscreen in it. It could be again, a moisturizer with a sunscreen. I know that's how I started off, that's how I got, you know, like, my boyfriend into it, and it's just, yeah. Please remember sunscreen. Like, it's just so important. It helps protect, you know, your skin from the sun, and it's just helped from all, like, these, like, yeah, it's just amazing, y'all. It's just amazing. UVB, UVA, UVP, UV, you know, it protects from all that. And again, if you're indoor, you may think you may not need it, but you do need it, because you don't realize that sun still shines through your window, you know what I mean? So please remember to wear sunscreen, y'all. Sunscreen. Another face I give when people say they don't wear sunscreen, I'm like, you know, some people are blessed with good skin, even though they don't be cleansing their face, they don't be wearing sunscreen or putting any product in their face. They just keep it simple by just washing their face with water. Like, you know, like, y'all thankful, y'all need to be thankful and grateful that you guys have that genetic kind of, I don't know, good skin, for not having, like, not building a skincare regimen. But just if you could just start getting into it, you know, like, just incorporate that, wear sunscreen. Again, you gotta just, you know, please wear sunscreen. Wear every morning at all times, and because it helps with, honestly, like, dark spots, hyperpigmentation. It helps with anti-aging. Yeah, sunscreen. So moving on to the next. Keep it simple when you exfoliate your face. What I mean by that is, I remember when I first got started with the whole skincare routine, the whole skincare world, because once you're in it, it's like you can't get out of it because it's just so amazing. Anyways, yeah, so I remember when I first got started, I was exfoliating hella, and I didn't realize what it was doing to my skin. I literally exfoliate with, like, a freaking cleanser, and then exfoliate again with the toner, and then again with the serum, and my face was just like, what the f are you doing to your face? Like, what are you doing? So that's what I mean by take your excitement day by day. Don't be like me and like, oh my god, I want to do it all at once, or use this product all at once and exfoliate my face all at once because I heard it's so good when you exfoliate. No. Water break. No. You don't want to go crazy with exfoliating your face. Pick how you want to exfoliate your face. Meaning, do you want to exfoliate your face by having it in a cleanser form? Do you want to exfoliate your face by having it in a toner form, in a mask form? Do you want to exfoliate your face in a, like, one of those exfoliating what are they called, exfoliating beads or exfoliant? Oh my god, what is it called? I can't think of it right now. But you know, there's different forms and different ways of how you want your how you want to exfoliate your face by using what kind of product or what kind of way, you know what I mean? So figure out which one you want, how to use it as, and what way, and then just use it in that way, that one way only for that night, and then follow it up with hydrating products. So what I mean by that is, if you want to use an let's say a chemical exfoliant in a toner way, right? So cleanse your face and then use the exfoliant toner, and then use like a hydrating serum and then a hydrating moisturizer, and that's it. Do not use an exfoliant toner and then on top of that use an exfoliant moisturizer, because then otherwise you'll just be over exfoliating and you'll just be doing too much to your skin, and it's not letting whatever the exfoliant you're using to work its magic, you know what I mean? So if you use it in a toner form, then just use it only as a toner, and then follow up the rest of your skincare routine with hydrating products, so that exfoliant that you're using as a toner can work its magic and exfoliate your face. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're using too much exfoliant, how in the world do you expect it to work its magic and do its thing when it's just, it may kind of cancel each other out of using two different exfoliants in too many different ways. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying. It may make sense if you tried it most of the time, like, oh my god, my face is like burning, or like, what's going on, why is it not working? So hopefully this may make sense if you've been kind of situation where you've over exfoliate in different forms and ways, and you realize, oh my god, what is going on with my skin, you know? So yeah, so that's what I realized, and that kind of works with being like keeping it super simple too. Like, I know for me, when I exfoliate my skin, I would use it in like a toner form, you know. So like I'll use like glycolic. If I'm exfoliating my skin, that's my choice of a chemical exfoliant is glycolic, and that's gonna be in a toner form. So I'll just use my regular cleanser, and my cleanser typically don't have any like any acids in it. It's just like a hydrating cleanser. So I'll cleanse my face, and then I will use like that glycolic toner, put in a pad, and it's kind of put on my face. And then on top of that, I will use and then I'll just use that, and then I'll use like a hydrating moisturizer, and that's it. Call it a day, call it a night, call it a night. That's it. And you want to exfoliate your face at nighttime. You do not want to do it in the morning time. I highly do not suggest. I mean, some people do, it may work for them, but for me, I wouldn't recommend it, just because, well, especially when you're gonna be out in the sun, outside, you know, it might irritate your skin if you're using some sort of exfoliant in the morning. But I don't know, my theory is I highly suggest you all do some sort of exfoliant at nighttime. Yeah, because you're not really exposed to any sun, so it won't really irritate your skin, you know. So yeah, because I've done it in the morning time, and oh my god, my skin was on fire. It was red. I was like, what the is going on here, you know? So another advice, exfoliate at night. And I think most of the products, it will tell you use it at nighttime or whatnot like that. I know a lot of my advice will kind of overlap each other, and it just kind of makes sense if you realize it's like boom boom boom, it's like a domino effect with how it works, you know. So yeah. And obviously you have to drink water. Again, hydration, water, hydration, H2O, you know. Just make sure you stay super hydrated, drink a lot of water. Like, just try to drink as much water as possible. I know some days you may forget, some days you're like, oh my god, I'm so lazy to drink water, but just try to incorporate that into your like lifestyle just by drinking water, you know. Because water, again, is so good for you, and you can see it with your skin. You're gonna make sure your skin is hydrated and not like crusty dry, you know. And also, when I mentioned that excuse me, when I mentioned that you want to keep your products, the products that you use, simple, I love hydrating products. I've been gravitating towards hydrating products. I realize hydrating products is so good on your skin to give you that dewy, glowy, hydrating look. And like, how is your skin gonna look dewy and glowy if you're not using any hydrating products? You know what I mean? Like, you want to keep it, I don't know, for me, I just gravitate towards hydrating products, and I've been into skin barrier products lately, like the use of it. So I've been into like finding products that like is good for your skin barrier, but my go-to is just hydrating. Anything that's like for hydrating, that's all me. I'm all about hydration. I realize all hydration product works really well on my skin. And again, I have dry skin. For those of y'all who have like oily skin and you're wondering, oh my god, like why would I need to use hydrating products, because then it's going to add on to my oily skin. But honestly, there's a lot of different products that is like hydrating, that is made for oily skin. Like I know for moisturizers, like gel products is like made for oily skin because it's not as thick as like it's not as thick of a consistency that's made for drier skin, you know what I mean? So you can find like a moisturizer in a gel form. Those may work for you, but highly recommend hydrating products for like if you want like a good dewy, glowy, hydrating skin. Hydration is key. And I've been using a lot of hyaluronic acid because hyaluronic acid is really good for hydration. And honestly, that is like it works really well on my skin, and I highly suggest everyone to use hyaluronic acid. Is a really good hydrating product. So yeah, so just find any other product you use, just make sure it's like hydrating. It's super hydrating, because I promise you that will give you a good dewy skin. Another advice that I would give is I realized that when I wash my face with warm water and then end it with cold water, it helps so much with my skin. Like I've been doing this for like a long time. I've always washed my face with warm water because warm water kind of like opens up your pores, you know, and that helps so much. Warm water, or even use like a facial steamer, excuse me, that helps so much with opening up your pores to clean it, and then, you know, it's just amazing. So I highly recommend starting off with when you cleanse your face, start off with warm water. That makes a difference with opening up your pores. And then obviously, you know, after you cleanse your face, then use cold water, excuse me. And then slug, I also highly suggest slugging as well. You don't have to do like 5 times a week, you know, just figure out how you want to incorporate that into your skincare routine. I typically do like once or twice a week depending on how my skin is. I typically slug when my skin looks really good, because I don't ever slug when my skin looks terrible, like when it's like breaking out, you know. I slug when my skin looks really good, and I slug at nighttime. In the morning time, y'all, oh my gosh, my skin looks so good. It looks so good. So how do you suggest slugging? Try it out like, you know, once a week first and see how that is on your skin. But don't ever put Aquaphor on your bare skin. Do not do that. Put it on top of your like moisture, like on your after you finish with your skincare product, then you put Aquaphor or whatever your choice of Vaseline is, you know. So yeah, so make sure you do your skincare routine first and then slug, but don't even put like a whole thick layer. You only need like a little bit, and then just put it on your face, you know, because then it will, if you put too much, you're gonna be like wondering why your face feel like that, or why you feel so greasy and oily and all that extra stuff, you know. So keep it simple when you slug. Just use a little bit. And yeah, that's what I do. I just do my skincare routine. Again, I keep it simple, and then after my moisturizer, I just slug it on. Like I put a little bit of it, and then I just put it on, and then go to sleep. Next morning, my skin is amazing. Please try if you haven't. Yeah, it's amazing. All right, yeah. So my other advice is facials. I love getting facials, and I also feel like that helped with my skin as well. Because when you get facials, it's a whole nother. It's different. It's a whole different vibe to your skin. Like you don't realize how much your skin feels so much cleaner, and it just looks so much hydrated. Like it's just so hydrating, and your skin looks amazing after you get a facial. So I highly suggest getting facials. It doesn't matter what facials you get. Just figure out what facials you would want to get for your skin at the moment. So I know for me, my favorite facials I like to get are like, sometimes I get chemical peel because it's kind of like a restart for me, you know, like a restart button. And I like to get micro needling done. I like to get hydrofacials. Those are like my top 3 facials that I like to get done. And I've done like hydrating facials before too. Those are amazing. So yeah, I highly suggest like you all get facials. They're amazing for your skin, and obviously different facials is good for whatever your skin is needing that time, you know what I mean. So yeah, so highly suggest getting facials. I love hydrofacial. They're so hydrating. I love it, love it, love it. I typically get microneedling for like, sometimes I get like these like dark spots, and that helps with it. So microneedling helps with dark spots, so I'll do that. And I'll get like chemical peel like during the winter time, and that's like a good restart for me. So yeah, so facials, highly suggest getting facials if you are able to. Find a good esthetician, because I realize having a good esthetician is key. And yeah, so facials. Vitamin C in the morning time is like key. I love using vitamin C in the morning. It's amazing. It helps with brightening your skin, and I also feel like it also helps with dark spots and hyperpigmentation, and it gives you that dewy look. So vitamin C in the morning is key. Like if you ask me what's the first serum I highly suggest everyone use or incorporate in the skincare routine for the morning, is vitamin C. Vitamin C. If not vitamin C, then hyaluronic acid for me. Like if I don't have vitamin C at the moment or right now, then I'll use hyaluronic acid. But vitamin C is my go-to, hands down, serum in the morning to use. Highly suggest everyone use vitamin C. And another advice that I know that also works is retinol and retinoid, but I haven't used it in a long time. I was prescribed retinoid by my dermatologist, but I kind of stopped using it. But I think eventually I will start getting into retinol or retinoid. And my friend uses retinol, and her skin looks amazing, and I know a lot of people have been like raving about retinol and retinoid. When I was using retinol, it definitely helped a lot as well, but I just kind of stopped. So I will get back onto retinol or retinol later. So yeah, so I'm gonna start incorporating that into my skincare routine eventually. So yeah, so hopefully you guys all enjoy my advice on having like a dewy, glowy, hydrating skin. Hopefully it kind of makes sense what I was explaining, what I was saying. And again, it's really good for beginners and for those who are already in the skincare world and wondering why my skincare routine or my skincare regimen is not working, what is going on, what can I do differently. So I feel like these are really good fundamentals, or like a good base layer to start a good skincare routine and to start implementing to have a good glowy, dewy skin, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I hope you all found this video very helpful, useful, and informative. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Please remember to give this video a big thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Stay gold.